between the warehouses being set on fire, the Molotov cocktail thrown at the CEO of OpenAI, and the politician's house getting shot up with a note that says no data centers after he backed a data center. All I gotta say is this is the year of the Firehorse energy. And this is no random pattern, because Firehorse years bring confrontation between people and power in the systems that do not serve the people. Let's go back to another Firehorse year, 1906. Talk about manifestations requiring action. This was workers organizing under extreme pressure. Thousands of miners in Pennsylvania were striking, risking everything to demand fair wages and basic rights. The United Mine Workers were leading massive demonstrations against exploitative companies, and at the same time, the industrial workers of the world were rapidly expanding, trying to unite workers across industries. The American Federation of Labor, they were also literally fighting legal battles because corporations were using antitrust laws to break unions. So you have workers organizing and systems actively trying to suppress that power. Now let's jump to 1966, another Firehorse year. You've got the Delano grape strike, where Filipino and Mexican farm workers marched 340 miles for fair wages and humane conditions. That movement led to the formation of the United Farm Workers, one of the most powerful labor unions in U.S. history. At the same time, we have the civil rights movement expanding. The National Organization for Women is founded. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense is formed by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale to combat police brutality and promote social change. Early LGBTQ plus resistance is building with uprisings like Compton's Cafeteria in the Tenderloin District of San Francisco. That riot was a response to the violent and constant police harassment of trans people, particularly trans women and drag queens. Also, protests against the Vietnam War escalated into mass nationwide demonstrations, drawing tens of thousands, while activists targeted the draft, burned draft cards, and opposed napalm production. So again, what are we seeing? People organizing, demanding rights, and systems being challenged on every single level. Now let's look at 2026, another year of the Firehorse we find ourselves in. Yes, we have AI and data centers, and we have rapid technological expansion, but we also have a very real tightening around rights, and we have found ourselves in more wars. What a shock. Women's rights are also being challenged. LGBTQ plus protections are being debated, rolled back, and reframed. Entire communities are feeling like their autonomy and safety are being put on the line yet again because they are. And historically, what is the pattern? We, the people, get fed up, organize, push back, get louder, and we demand change. Which is exactly why there's a bit of a resurgence in unions right now. I bet you didn't know that. Workers across industries are demanding better pay, better conditions, and more equity. The WNBA union secured a massive transformational deal. That's just one example of that shift in power. And even just in the first few months of 2026, in addition to these fires being set for livable wages, essentially, we're already seeing the union wins stacking up. Volkswagen workers in the South ratifying their first union contract with a 96% vote. Bank workers securing around 9% pay increases. Journalists, grad students, and faculty winning major raises in first-time contracts, even protections being negotiated around how AI can and cannot be used in unionized workplaces. Some of this momentum started building last year, but that is the point. This energy doesn't just appear overnight. It builds, and then the Firehorse keeps spreading the momentum like a wildfire. Because this is the cycle that I'm talking about. Pressure is building, rights are challenged, people organize, power gets redistributed and renegotiated. But here's a hard truth we gotta look at with that. That process is not peaceful, nor is it easy, nor is it comfy. It's disruptive, emotional, scary. It can become extremely volatile when people feel like they're being ignored, replaced, or stripped of their rights, and especially when power feels like it's losing control. So when we're seeing these fires, these extreme reactions, and at the same time we're seeing organizing, mutual aid, protest, community care, collective action, that's not in contradiction. That is the full spectrum of what happens when systems hit a breaking point. And it's a full spectrum of responses because the responses will and must vary. And whether you're looking at this spiritually, objectively, historically, whatever, we are finding ourselves in yet another Firehorse cycle where old structures are being challenged heavily, new power dynamics are emerging, and the people are pushing for our power back because people are being forced to decide what they will accept and what they won't. We are in a tension right now. This is not a soft year, y'all, but we knew the Firehorse year couldn't be and wouldn't be. This is a year of pressure, of acceleration, of this is not working anymore, so let's change it. This is the year of move or be moved. That's what the Firehorse says. So if you're scared to get in the mix and use your voice and push back, no, this is the time. Find your fire and get in the mix. Don't leave it up to everyone else. We can't be having millions and millions of people leaving it up to everyone else anymore. I also want to add, it is so gratifying seeing people finally be disillusioned around Coachella and influencers promote big brands there, especially brands who have contributed to these power dynamics and inequity and harm. It's not only harmful to that area and the people who live in that area, but the Coachella owner is also MAGA and supports ICE. Yikes. Call these people out. We should not be promoting that. We should have never been promoting that. But, until next time, y'all. Oh, and I just saw the news that the CEO of OpenAI also just had another incident. Shots were fired at his house. This is a separate incident from the Molotov cocktail that was thrown at him within a couple days. Interesting. I hear he's starting to change his tune a little bit about basic rights for workers and livable wage and all of that. Interesting.